where your daughters were about?
Yeah, well, we we have a great friend who works in the Green Party. You know, not Democrat, Republican, but the Green Party, and she's found her. And she found her last May or June, and she just wanted to tell her that her health is okay. Her health is good because she just felt like she's been away for so long. But I just think that she was a child and doesn't understand that her mother was seeking to have a way to see her legally and unrestrained. You know, not she'd be able to pick her up and take her with her for a day or 5 or whatever the courts would have legally said was okay. But when you only know one side of the story of the dad, they might believe the story of the dad who raised you and might think wrong about the person that was down here fighting and trying to find somebody to legally do the right thing, but you just didn't know that side of the story, unfortunately.
That is true. That's why I'm not gonna bring that up.
Anything you can delete from whatever you interview.
No, I didn't want to bring that up.
That's
to
for your
her
own personal.
because it's for my own personal good. But I just don't want to bring something really, like not a bad memory, but you never know when people are hurt.
It could trigger something.
It can trigger something. So that's why I wanted to talk to you, not to her. So I will not bring that up. So how you guys? So is this a good life?
No, but it's the right life. It's the right life to protest that 7.2 billion people on this planet not get hit by a nuclear and atomic weapon. That's the right thing to do. Is it ever gonna make me or her rich? No.
But it
To
would
me,
make
it's
you
not about bringing anyone to know who I am. Because people protesting for world peace has happened way before this vigil was here, as my father was protesting in 57. My father was a beatnik. And it'll go on long before we are ever here. So it's not a protest for me and for her, or for William Thomas. We honor William for starting this. We have plans that someday we'll change the name to the William Thomas Memorial Peace Vigil. If it was up to me, that's what would be read across the top of the board is William Thomas Memorial Peace Vigil, and that there's still people here protesting for world peace is enough for me. Someday, I might be gone from here, but it'll still be the right thing to do, even though I'm not here. And that's whether it's because of my health or because of death. There'll be somebody here, as long as this doesn't get abandoned. So, the park police have already told me that it's not about when Concepcion dies, leaves, or departs, because he's the charter.
Yeah.
He's the charter, and he passed, and it continued. So it's not about someone passing for it to continue. But she has a different opinion on that. But the park police, Amy who's leader of the park services, the park police has already told me that it'll continue after she passes.
So
If she says something different, just don't argue it.
no, I do. I don't know because with our generation, we are not really conscious about what's going on.
Us that lived in the 60s, we saw the beatniks, my father's generation of people protesting against Korea in the early part of the Vietnam War. As it developed, we saw when the hippies became an organized group, we saw them protesting. So we have great examples. Unfortunately, since the 80s and the very early 90s when your generation were born, there haven't been those great examples that we had of the beatniks and the hippies. Some people might sound it weird, but I'm saying I'm fortunate to be 53. Some people would say, I want to be 18 again. But they wouldn't have the life experiences that I had to draw back from.
I wish our generation can learn because just to be honest, we are stubborn. We don't know nothing about life experience.
Because this is what I say. My generation, we would go to libraries, we'd take 5, 6 books off the shelves, we would read those books and take notes. From those notes, then we would write out a report, and then we'd have to take it to a typewriter. There wasn't computers yet.
That's it.
There wasn't computers till 1987 in California public schools. So we had to do it the old way and had to make a report and turn it in. We couldn't go to Google search, put in Tyrannosaurus Rex, enter, read a little bit of 4 different RE crib notes,
Yes.
and then press print. And you can do that now.
Oh, yeah.
And we could not do that in our generation. So you could take trigonometry now and get 100% on all your homework because you could Google search the answer and get 100%. Does that mean that this generation knows how to do trigonometry? No, because they just know how to use a computer.
Oh, yeah, we do know how to use a computer.
Right.
Because just a quick example. This morning, I went to your guys' website. I was like, oh, you know what? I can sit down here and write my story. But on the other hand, I'm like, I'm really fervent of the old school's ways. I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
Now,
you know what? No.
Go on to it another way too. Go on to it before the / Conchita.
Yeah.
So you'll have the 2 different
Some
versions.
version of
You'll
it.
have the version that he left on there, and then the / Conchita is the version she updated.
Okay.
So his